Hey, it's James from survivalpunk.com. I am not feeling fantastic this morning. The weather here in Tennessee has been crazy. It is currently like 23 degrees. It has jumped from the 60s to the 20s, and believe my body is just not having it. Today we're going to talk about the subscription life and why it's dragging down your freedom. Before we get into all that, though, let's take a listen to our morning theme music.
Weeds are crashing, streets ablaze, chaos in every gaze, skies falling, no more blaze, we're surviving twisted maze. Thoughts are rising, drown past, and governments won't last. Economic fall hits so fast, in this storm our spirits cast. Apocalypse calling, but we're fine, through disaster, skin spine.
Once again, I think how swell it would be to have one of those remote start buttons for my car. But anyway, what do I mean by the subscription life? It honestly seems like almost everything is trying to go to a subscription-based service. Every service, every app, everything is trying to go to a subscription-based. So you don't really own anything as much as you rent a bunch of things. I have really tried to reject this concept. I do not like subscription-based services. Like, I get things like Netflix. You can't really just buy. And I didn't mind it when we had video rental stores. That made perfect sense. It's not a subscription. You are choosing to go rent a specific thing at a specific time. Yes, technically, it could have been in your budget, right? So, say you spend, I don't know, $20 every 2 weeks on renting movies. Every Friday, you go and spend like $10, and you and your family pick out a couple VCR tapes, and you rent them, DVDs, whatever. You know, you have a Friday movie night, and that's fun. That's a known expense, and if things are tight, you just skip it that week, or you skip something else and you prioritize that. It's not a subscription-based service. It is a known expense, but it's different to me. What really got me, though, was when apps stopped being a paid one-time fee to being a subscription. There's a lot of apps out there that absolutely should be like between a $5 and $20 app, and then they're trying to make that shit a recurring subscription-based model. Because the subscription price is low, it's trying to trick itself into people's brains. Like, it's only like $1.99 a month forever. There are absolutely things that, if they were a set price, I would absolutely buy that app, right? The AI music thing, Suno, if that was like $20, I'd buy it. If that was like $50, I'd probably highly consider getting it. Being, I don't know, $12 a month or something, I'm not. There's a chance I may subscribe a month, upgrade all of my theme songs, and then cancel it. You can re-render songs you've made on a higher AI model for better quality. That's something I've considered doing. Because it is a service that I use a lot. And if I was going to pay for a service, it would probably be that one. But a lot of these things should be a one-time fee. And they're tricking you with a lifelong subscription model. And a lot of that, just on that basis alone, I will not have any part of. And you're thinking, James, why are you so vehemently against subscriptions? They erode your freedom. That's why. A subscription service is tantamount to credit card debt. You are committing to pay for something for a long time, and you will forget about it. There are so many subscription services that you sign up for that you forget about, and you continue to pay for a long time, and they know this. That is absolutely part of the business plan. They assume a large portion of people are going to sign up for it and then forget about it and let it go for probably a quantifiable amount of time before they realize and cancel it. I absolutely bet there is a formula that they have that they're like, if we can grab customers, they will forget about it for X months before they remember and cancel it. Some nerd has that shit figured out. For me, it's no different than buying like Adobe Photoshop with a credit card. It's the same fucking difference. Except for technically, you may actually finish paying off that portion of the credit eventually. Even if you're just paying the minimum, though, and you're going to pay for a long time. I haven't ever heard Dave Ramsey's take on it, but I can only assume, unless he is selling a subscription-based service, and he probably is, that it would be the same. To me, it really is at least the same as credit card debt, if not even worse than credit card debt. No, you don't have to pay interest. However, I really feel like the forget to cancel is more nefarious. No, you don't have interest rates, but committing to something forever is worse. You're agreeing to buy something that you can never pay off. You can't tell me that's not worse. And for a lot of these things, it should absolutely just be a set, defined amount. And with everything moving towards this, you probably have 10 plus subscriptions. I mean, I was mentally while talking trying to think how many subscriptions do I have. And get this, my older brother gave me his login info for his HBO Max account. Hopefully HBO Max's attorneys aren't listening to this. They're like, that motherfucker. Anyway. So we have that, and there's a couple things we watch on there. Currently, my wife is watching Vampire Diaries. I mean, technically, I'm watching it with her. We tend to watch a lot of spooky / supernatural type shows, especially in the colder months. In the warmer months, we watch Naked and Afraid for dinner. Starting sometime in the fall till spring, we watch spooky things on the TV for dinner. So we're watching that with my brother's login. Sometimes when we go into it, it'll give us a thing that's like, you're not at the right location. And we have to ignore it or go around a different way to get into it. I think for like Black Friday or something, there's a deal. HBO Max had a deal somewhere that was like, subscribe for $1.50 a month. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get that. I'm going to sign up for it. I have not logged into it. I want to say it was Black Friday that I subscribed. It is currently like February 23rd or something. I've never logged into it. I still just log into my brother's. I've spent $1.50 on the $1.50 a month for several months, in the off chance that I go in there and it doesn't let me in again. Because it's happened a few times. Like, it'll be like a week or something that we can't get in, and then we'll be able to get in for like a few months, and then it'll be like a week, and then a few months. I don't know what it is, but that's what happens. So, how many subscriptions do you have that you are not using at all? Hopefully one of those is not supporting Survival Punk, to which I truly appreciate you a lot. If you choose to spend your money with me for this content, I am so astounded and appreciative. You will never know. Anyway, let's swap to sort of the second half of this show, which is, what can you do? Hold on. I want to cover one more thing before we get to what can you do. What are some reasons why this isn't that great? Why is this bad? One, you're at their mercy, and that means a lot. So, on any of the streaming services, even the ones like Vudu and stuff where you buy a movie, if they lose the license, you lose that movie. Yes, you bought it, but if they no longer have the right to have it on their service, even though you bought it, it goes away. This has happened to a lot of people. There are several things that have gone off of streaming services that people have lost. And it really, I feel like this needs to be a class action lawsuit. And they probably have it somewhere buried in the terms of service or the buy agreement where it says, if we lose the license, you're just screwed. Fuck you. Which is bullshit, if you ask me. So that's for like a buy service. If it's just a streaming service like Netflix, you know things come and go all the time. And for legal reasons, there's things that they can't show in certain countries. You're just completely at their mercy. Speaking of Netflix, you also have to consider, in some cases, you may be giving a continual fee to someone who probably hates you, the listener, and is actively doing things you disagree with. I.e., Netflix is pushing gay-ass agendas, right? That little girl twerking thing was abhorrent. That's just one example. There was that Big Mouth cartoon that was fucking gross. There are so many instances, and that's just the ones off the top of my head. I'm sure Netflix is doing everything they can to advance agendas that more than likely you don't agree with. I'm not a big fan of giving money to people that hate me and are doing things that I don't agree with. I'm pretty sure you're right there with me. Some things you kind of have to draw a line. I feel like the woke agenda is so much and so everywhere that if you're just a real staunch, your life just becomes hard, right? Case in point, I try not to really dig into the politics of anyone. I.e., I don't want to know about the politics of the musicians that I like, because I like punk music. A lot of those people tend to be fucking retards. Not all of them. Not all of them. I've heard things from a couple people like, I think it's Johnny Rotten is like, Trump is the most punk politician ever. Yeah, I kind of get that. He's still a politician. But, whatever. And I know, I really love the music from the Irish punk band Flogging Molly. Fucking love their music. Seen them in concert a few times. Great concert. Really like their music. Really think politically they're fucking retards. The lead singer, creator of the band, is from Ireland and is very steeped in that European mindset. Yes, there are freedom-loving political Irishmen. There's a guy I watch on YouTube, Dave Cullen. Really like a lot of the stuff Dave Cullen says. He tends to do a lot of videos about how wokeness is ruining media, right? I want to say I've seen him do some Doctor Who. I was trying to explain to my daughter the other day what the word whatnot meant as a concept, because there's an app, a video auction app called Whatnot that my wife is obsessed with. Like obsessed with. She spends a lot of time watching Whatnot, and until I looked at the budget, 1 month she spent $200 on fucking Whatnot buying bullshit, and I had to rein her in and give her a budget. My wife obviously was built to be a rich person's wife and not my wife. Anyway, but I love her. So obviously I need a lot more of you guys to subscribe to me on Patreon. Anyway, I was trying to explain Whatnot, and I'm like, it's kind of a tough one. It's just like random, like this or whatnot, just random stuff. Anyway, not agreeing with people is a good reason to not do it. Let's move on to what you can do. 1, own things. I have really, through various means, started to try to swap away from subscription renting services and whatnot. There we go. To buying and owning them, right? If I can get something on like a DVD or a VHS, I'm trying to do that versus 1, buy online via like Vudu or whatnot, or streaming. Even things like you can buy movies on YouTube. You can buy movies on YouTube. But once again, you're not, I'm almost positive you're not downloading them. They go to your purchases section. So you're not owning them. You're just, it's like a placeholder saying that you own the ability to click play on that bookmark. That's not trustworthy. That's not actual ownership. So I'm either buying that, or I'm also building a library on my computer of media. And then I have a Plex server set up so we can watch it on the TV, even though the computer monitor is the TV anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But there's that. Owning DVDs, owning VHS tapes, owning the media in your physical presence, owning it on the computer as a standalone. There's a lot of services, there's a lot of places online where you can purchase it and download it. However you want to get your media, that's fine. Owning your music is something I listen to Spotify when I work out now, and back in the day, I would just download all my music and have playlists. And I have thousands and thousands of songs somewhere on a hard drive of music that I actually like and actually want to hear. And I haven't used that in a long time. And I don't subscribe to Pandora or Spotify. And honestly, I haven't really been enjoying it, right? For years, I just listened to Pandora, but the selection that's been given me has been lackluster, so I moved to Spotify, and I'm not real sure if I'm really loving that. I think I'm going to go back to just my own music and my own playlists. I think I'll get a better workout that way. I know what I want to hear when I want to hear it to motivate me to work out harder. It's not the shit that Spotify's been dishing me up. books, audiobooks. If you own an audiobook in Audible, once again, you're kind of still limited to their service. Yes, technically, if you buy something on Audible, you do download it, but it is digital rights managed and locked within the app. So, do you really own it? There's a lot of things that I do that I would consider more legal pirating, i.e., if I own something, if I go buy it, say I get an audio book on Audible, so I have purchased the right to own that book, but I want to have it as a backup. I'll go to an audiobook pirating website that I know, and I'll download it. So yes, I paid for it, but I also went and stole it so that I can have a backup in case shit goes south. You don't have to do that. There's a lot of things where if I really, really like the material and I like the author and I want to support the author, even though, yes, I pirated it, I will go find a way to give the author money. I listened to a book and it's fucking fantastic. I'll go buy it so that morally I feel better about having stole it. So that's not always the case, but it's a lot of the case. Oh, I gotta wrap this up and get out of here. So owning stuff is the ultimate cure to subscription creep. You got to find ways. You have to find alternatives. Like I said, a lot of these like apps and services and stuff on the computer are subscription based now. Go look around and find a purchasable alternative. So you're not doing that, right? So there's everything, right? Is there a version of a AI music generating thing that's not subscription based that you can buy? I don't know. Probably gonna look into it. There's a subscription based online editing tool, Descript, but it's subscription based, and I don't like that. I use Audacity to edit thousands of podcasts, and it is mostly okay. Is there a better version that I could buy for like $25? No, I'm gonna look into it. But this has been James from SurroundPunk.com. DIY to survive, you guys.
Chaos in every gaze. Skies falling, no more blaze. We survive in twisted maze. Thoughts are rising from our past, and governments won't last. Economic fall hits so fast, in this storm our spirits cast. Apocalypse calling, run with fire.